É isso aí, galera. Chegando com mais uma entrevista especialíssima aqui no Rock Mania. Hoje estaremos entrevistando J.J. Brown, grande baixista dos tempos de Fight, uma lenda aí da música mundial. First of all, J.J. Brown, it's a pleasure for me to talking to you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Good to be talking with you again.
Yes, we talked the first time in 2020, and now J.J. Brown returned to Hockey Mania.
Yes, in 2022, here we are.
Surviving the pandemic.
Surviving the pandemic, yes.
You are a musician and also tattoo
artist.
Tell us about this work of you.
I started tattooing when I was really young. I think maybe 16 when I first started tattooing. And the first person that I tattooed that was in like a big band was Mike Clark from Suicidal Tendencies, back when I was like 17. And from there, when I turned 18, I moved out to Phoenix with my band Cyanide. And the shop that I was working in out there, Artistic Skin Design, is where I met Rob Halford. He was going to that shop getting his work, and then I met him and he liked my portfolio, and I started doing work on him. And then he brought in the Pantera guys. He brought in Sebastian Bach to get tattooed from me. Kerry King came in at that time, and he was saying that he would never get tattooed, but then he came in and we ended up tattooing his head. Was the first tattoos we did on him. Yeah.
Doing tattoo, you met, as you said, Rob Halford.
Yeah. He me and Rob became friends, and he came and seen Cyanide play. And then when he decided he wanted to do a side project from Judas Priest, he ended up stealing me and the guitar player, Brian. You know, as soon as he asked me if I wanted to be in the band, I was just awestruck. You know, it was cool being friends with him, but finding out I was going to be making music with him, it just blew my mind, and I was so stoked, you know, to be playing with Rob. He's such a nice guy and such an amazing singer, of course, you know, the metal god.
The first album, War of Words, is a masterpiece. What this album means to you?
You know, I think I was 20 when I got in a fight. You know, I was young. I was excited, you know, full of energy. And, you know, we went over to Amsterdam to make that album. We recorded that album over in Amsterdam because management wanted to get us away from our natural environment and get us all together to kind of really bond.
Mm-hmm.
And I was over there for like a month and a half, and I had an amazing time over there. One night I ended up getting a little too drunk, and we went to the Pantera show there at the Paradiso, and I ended up getting so drunk that I ended up passing out. It was in an old church, and I ended up passing out on the bench before the show even started. Like, I missed the whole show, and then Dimebag ended up stealing my camera from me and videotaped me, like, passed out, covered in puke. And you know, I found that video, like the actual video of him, I found it like months later. I didn't even know he recorded me. And he went around with all the, you know, everybody in the band and all the crew were making fun of me because I missed the whole show. And Big Val had to actually carry me to a cab because I couldn't even walk.
Whoa. Yet in the War of Words times, rehearsals, recording, production.
Well, we started rehearsing that album in Phoenix. Rob had the demos, and he got all of us together in the studio, and we just worked on, you know, polishing them up and kind of getting arrangements together and everything, you know, and getting everything down really good before we headed over to Amsterdam to record it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a good time. I actually found some old pictures from in the studio when we first got in the studio, and seeing those pictures from so long ago, when we first got in the band is, it's just so crazy from that point, and how quickly it jumped, into that album and then straight out on tour, and getting to tour with, with Anthrax. We toured with Monster Voodoo Machine. Uh, we even went out with Metallica for a little bit, which was really cool. Those guys were super duper nice. We end up even taking their sound guy out with us for a little while. Big Mick, he came out with us and ran sound for us for a bit while he had some time, and it was real cool to hang out with him and hear some of his old Metallica stories, because he's been with them forever.
Boa.
It was received really good. We had a killer time down in Brazil. You know, I loved Brazil. Brazil was super cool. Uh, I made the mistake of jumping out in the crowd with my bass, and I almost got ripped apart by the crowd. Like they had a hard time getting me out because they didn't want to let me go. And yeah, I got in trouble that night. My tour manager told me, he goes, "Don't ever do that again here." He goes, "Don't do that." I got to go through all the videos I have. I have like a box of videos from tour because I was, the only one that always recorded us. Almost every show I would record the show. So I got this huge box of tapes that I need to go through that has just been sitting up, packed away.
You think and someday publish it or no?
No, I might put something together, that people can get,
Uh-huh.
just it's just finding time to go through all of them. There's so many of them. It's maybe I'll get somebody else to go through them and
Uh-huh.
and and pick out the good ones, and then I'll go through them. It's just a lot to go through, man.
Uh-huh.
Takes a lot of time that I don't got right this second, with working, and
Uh-huh.
all I do right now is work and walk my dog.
Uh-huh. I love these old tapes, VHS. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy about like today. Technology is so crazy
Uh-huh.
that you get like these killer sound and videos from shows now. Back when we started, it was like high eight, and the quality wasn't that good, and neither was
Uh-huh.
the sound. So that's the only bad thing about it. We didn't have those nice video cameras or the nice phones that you can record shows with.
Uh-huh.
People got it made now. People have it made with all this technology.
Eh.
Even today, like recording, you can pretty much record an album in your house,
Uh-huh.
with technology. And even us, getting to do interviews
Uh-huh.
live on the internet now.
Eh.
It's
Second album is A Small Deadly Space. What can you say about this work?
uh we recorded that one in Phoenix. That was Russ had left the band, and we got the Moose in there, and uh you know I did the bass tracks, but I was kind of busy doing my SIL band at that time. Uh, so I didn't get in on a lot of the writing. I wish I would have. I was just trying to do my own thing at the time, along with Fight. So, it was a good time though. We had a good time in the studio down there, and then we recorded that. I think the last song we recorded was that Christmas Ride song. I remember Rob riding his motorcycle by jingling the bells to get the bells for the end of the song. It was funny.
How is Rob as a person?
He's a really good guy, really nice guy, very intelligent, we've always gotten along really well. And, he's always been a really, just a really down to earth person.
Uh-huh. Are you still in contact?
Yeah, I seen them not too long ago. They played up in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and seen them. Scott hooked me up with some front row tickets for it, and it was a killer show for the 50-year reunion deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it was good.
Why didn't fight go on?
I think Rob just wanted to try something else. I know I was in a pretty bad place back then towards the end of fight, with my partying and stuff. I was in a pretty dark place, uh, you know, and I think he wanted to try the two stuff, the band two. I think he wanted to try a little bit more industrial type band, uh, because we would listen to Skinny Puppy sometimes and KMFDM, and I know Rob liked that type of music too. So he just wanted to try different stuff and probably get away from me because I was pretty messed up.
Do you think it would be different today?
Well, yeah, it'd be different today because I'm sober. I'd probably at least remember the shows. I was so young and I didn't think I would live to see 30, let alone 50.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I jam with a few people now. I'm actually getting ready to go to Phoenix, and I actually have another band called Pack 666, and we're getting ready to go in the studio to record a CD.
Do you play the bass?
No, actually, you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna like this, but it's a rap band.
Rap band.
Yeah, it's me and the guitar player from Satanic Industries Limited,
Uh-huh.
and then the singer of Pelvic Meatloaf out of Phoenix, and we put together a rap band that it's crazy. It's kind of like a Steel Panther but rap.
Uh-huh.
The same kind of lyrics. But yeah, I'm excited. We're getting ready to go do some recording of that, and because we never released nothing, so we thought it'd be cool to get together to get and record some stuff and put it out.
Fight is remembered and much listened. How do you explain it, this perpetuation of fight along all those years?
I was really surprised when like 30 years down the road, the comic, they re-released the album on vinyl for Record Day, either last year or the year before, which I was surprised. And it's a really good feeling to know that people, even people that never seen us are listening to us, and I get messages all the time. Man, you guys need to get back together and do some shows. I never got to see you. I want to see you. I want to see Fight live. Like, maybe someday. You never know. Who knows? I know Rob's busy with Priest right now.
At the beginning of 2020, when we talked the first time, I remember something in the air that Rob speak that a fight could be back. Did anything concrete in this way?
He mentioned it in a couple interviews, and I talked to Russ, and Russ said that that he would be down with it. I think it's just Rob finding the right time to do it, and if the management, the Priest management, will let him do anything else besides Priest, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, you know,
Mm.
after the last, you know, because when Fight first got together, it was supposed to be just a side project for Rob. I don't know what the whole deal is with that. You know, it'd be nice if we at least did a couple shows, you know, just to do a couple shows sometime. I would do it. My bass is ready. It's all tuned up. It's ready to go.
If you Rob call you, hey Jay, let's do it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Uh, I'd be walking out the door right now. Me, my dog, and my bass. Yeah, that's Piper.
Piper, hello Piper.
Yeah, she's a metalhead too. She's got a Slayer vest that she wears, a Slayer jean vest. Yeah,
You are in Brazilian channel now, Piper.
that's right. Hanging out with the Brazilians. I just seen the Sepultura guys the other day. They were here in town playing. Yeah, they put on a good show.
Uh-huh. Do you like Sepultura?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've always liked Sepultura. Yeah. We used to hang out over at Paulo's house all the time when he lived in Phoenix.
Max Cavalera lives in Phoenix.
Yeah, I love anything Max does. You know, he's a talented dude, very metal.
I am seeing behind you Buddha. Are you a man of faith?
Yeah, I went from all the satanic stuff to the Buddhist stuff. You know, I'm getting older, and I found out, you know, I have a daughter, so I just try to be a good example for her.
We need to have time to the spiritual things.
Yeah, you need time just to disconnect from all the stuff. You know, everything's, you know, we just got so much input, and everything's just so quick. People's attention span is tiny. Tiny. They get bored so quick. You know, and with all the phones, and it's crazy, man. We're in a crazy time. I try to keep on a positive path every day, you know, and keep my stress level down. I'm much happier when I do that. People think that you know, all this stuff that they buy is going to make them happy, and it makes you happy for a second when you get it, but then that happiness is gone, and you're stuck with all this stuff everywhere. Going, why did I buy all this stuff? I'm still not happy, you know. I go through it, you know. My biggest mistake ever was getting an Amazon account, you know, buying off Amazon. It's horrible. It's too convenient, you know, to sit at home and just buy. You don't have to go out of the house. You don't have to go outside, except to get your package off the porch. It's just another addiction, you know. It's just like drinking, smoking, whatever, you know. Eating food's an addiction. Well, at least for me, you know, because I have an addictive personality, I got to watch everything I do. I don't want to go back to where I was. That was a dark time. It was a fun time, but it was dark.
You need to remember just the funny times from that time, the good things.
They were all good. It was all good, you know. It made me who I am today, you know. It's all part of the journey.
If you could be part of any band in the history of music in an imaginary world, which band would be and why?
I would say Skinny Puppy. I heard Skinny Puppy when I was in high school, and this girl played it for me in art class. And when I heard it, it sounded like I was listening to a horror movie. Like, it just sounded so scary and creepy. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And I got to see him live a few times. and their live show is like a horror movie. You know, it's just crazy, crazy. And I've always liked them since I was a kid. You know, I think Ogre's a great vocalist, and I just think they're a cool band. Plus they use samples from my favorite movie too, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Yeah. So that was another thing that sold me on it was hearing little clips of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in one of the songs. I was like, oh, these guys are awesome.
Another imaginary question. If you could live inside the cover art of any album in the music history, which would be this cover art and why?
Number of the Beast. It was always one of my favorite album covers as a kid, you know, with the devil all there. And the hand. The artwork of every album is just amazing. You know, I drew those in school, like my whole childhood. They were on the cover of all my folders. You'd always see Eddie. Yeah.
Do you have a dream for your life, for your career?
You know, I've actually been thinking about that lately, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I know that I would like to do something of service, you know, to maybe help out younger kids that are dealing with addiction, you know, and try to help them so they don't have to go through what I went through. So I'd like to do something to help people.
Very beautiful.
Thank you, sir. You know, and another thing is like my fiance, she goes and helps out at the homeless shelter, and she helps out the homeless. And I was thinking about doing that too, going down here and just volunteering to help out on my days off, you know, just to help out. It's good for the soul to help other people out.
What are your plans for 2022?
I'm still doing I'm doing a couple tribute bands right now. I'm doing the Beastie Boy tribute, and then we're doing a Down tribute, and we're doing a couple of shows here in town and up in Detroit, just for fun. You know, me and a couple other friends that are tattooists, we're getting together and we're doing some shows. So yeah, just playing music, hanging out, you know, enjoying friendship and playing music.
JJ Brown, I would like to thank you so much for your time, for this interview. It was such honor for me. Thank you so much. Rockmania is always available.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a good friend. And yeah, make sure you email me. Send me your email and send me your address too, so I want to send you a little something in the mail too.
Great. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate you. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bring the metal.
Yeah.